Brown. Number 3, Briar Klein. Number 10, Melina Kroger. Number 14, Cassidy Collison. And number 15, Ella Willard. Now it's time to introduce our seniors from Ashland High School. Our first senior is Kaya Hendershot. Kaya is escorted by her parents, Joe and Darby Hendershot. She's been a member of the Lady Arrows basketball team for 2 seasons. In addition to basketball, Kaya proudly served as Harry Arrow, our mascot, during the 2025 football season. Outside of school and sports, Kaya enjoys volunteering with the kids' ministry at a church. After high school, she plans to attend the Ohio State University, where she will study special education. Kaya's favorite basketball memories include delivering cookies to the first responders during Christmas and securing the OCC title at Madison. Her proudest accomplishment was being able to return to the team for her senior season. Kaya's advice to future Lady Arrows is to work through adversity. It's always worth continuing to do something you love. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Kaya Hendershot. Our second senior is Grace Tobias, number 5. Grace is best driven by her parents, Anthony and Kristen Tobias. She's been a member of the Lady Arrows basketball team for all 4 years of high school. Along with basketball, Grace participates in a cappella choir and arrow-to-arrow mentoring. Grace also enjoys boating with her family and attending church. Following high school, she is still considering her future plans. Her favorite memories as a Lady Arrow include every pregame moment in the locker room and winning the OCC championship her junior year. Grace is most proud of helping to build a winning culture with high standards while embracing her role as the team's defensive specialist. Her advice to future Arrows is to enjoy every moment because 4 years goes by fast. This team is about more than basketball. Have fun and embrace every day with your teammates. Grace would like to thank her friends and family for all of their love and support throughout her career as an Arrow. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Grace Tobias. Our next Arrow senior is number 33, Cameron Cox. Cameron is escorted by her parents, Clell and Mindy Cox. She's been a 4-year member of the Lady Arrows basketball team. Outside of basketball, Cameron enjoys attending church, working as a nanny, and working at Dunkin' Donuts. After high school, Cameron plans to pursue a career in cosmetology with hopes of owning her own salon one day. Her favorite basketball memory was defeating Norwalk to win the district championship last year. Cameron's proudest accomplishment as an Arrow is pulling down over 600 career rebounds, because rebounding is all about effort, heart, and hustle. Her advice to future players is to work hard, stay focused, and never take anything for granted. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Cameron Cox. Our final senior Arrow is number 2, Madison Hoffman. Madison was escorted by her parents, Kyle and Teresa Hoffman. She's been a member of the Lady Arrows basketball team for all 4 years of high school, and is also a member of the Lady Arrows softball team. A record holder, by the way. Outside of school sports, Madison enjoys lifting, shopping, and spending time with her family. After high school, she plans to attend the University of Mount Union, where she will compete in both basketball and softball. Her career goal is to become a certified registered nurse anesthetist, CRNA. Madison's favorite memories include Coach Jay showing up to practice dressed as the Grinch and spending every day with her teammates while making lifelong memories. Her greatest accomplishments as an Arrow include earning All-Ohio honors and the opportunity to continue her athletic career at Mount Union. Her advice to future players is to enjoy every moment, never take anything for granted. Time wearing orange and black goes by quickly, and nothing in sports or life is guaranteed. Madison would like to thank her coaches, Renee, Jake, Joe, and Kelsey for making these 4 years so memorable and impactful, both on and off the court. She thanks everyone who has supported the team over the years and her teammates for the love, laughter, and unwavering support. Lastly, Madison would like to thank her parents for being her greatest supporters and for the time, love, and energy they have poured into her. She would not be who she is today without them. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Madison Holmes. That concludes our senior portion of the program.
And a very pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network on YouTube. It's presented by Sarver Paving. We bid you welcome to Arrow Arena at Ashland High School, where coming up next, it's girls varsity action between the visiting West Holmes Knights and the Ashland Arrows. David Wilson reporting, along with Aiden Chandler and Brandon Gunder. We thank you for joining us on this Saturday afternoon as the OCC champion Arrows at 16-1 welcome in the Knights, who are 9-8 in terms of conference standings, which are academic at this point, with the Arrows clinching the title. Ashland is 12-0 in the league, while West Holmes sits in third at 8-4. Today's game also brought to you by Headstrom Entertainment, having unplugged fun for over 100 years. And this is the Countdown to Tip-Off show, brought to you by Simonson Construction Services, serving Ashland and North Central Ohio for over 50 years. Well, we had an extended JV game with the Arrows winning 34-28 in overtime. Sophomore Megan Ediger poured in 21 points, and so the JV team won in the overtime session. Then we had the Senior Day ceremony, which you saw right here on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, honoring the four seniors on the roster: Madison Hoffman, Grace Tobias, Kaya Hendershot, and Cameron Cox. And so with all of those ceremonies finished, teams are warming up. And Aiden Chandler, good afternoon to you. We were just here last night for boys coverage, and we turned it around for the second half of our weekend doubleheader. And you've got an Arrows team that is red hot right now, riding a 5-game winning streak.
Yeah, you really saw the evolution of this team after that loss against Waynedale right here on their home floor. Their only loss of the season. It was a tough blow, losing senior Madison Hoffman for the year. And we were curious how the Arrows were going to respond. And well, they rattled off 5 big wins, including 2 against the only team that defeated them in the conference a season ago in New Philadelphia, most recently beating them right here on their home floor. So they've really responded nicely to that loss, and you've seen some players step up. Cameron Cox is starting to perform a little bit better. We'll be talking about her here in the pregame show as you see her warming up with a knee brace on. But a lot of emotions today, and we got the truly emotional stuff out of the way with the Senior Day stuff, recognizing the 4 seniors, and tears expected, right? You pour a lot of time and commitment into this program, and especially with the kind of turnaround we've seen these seniors bring to this program. Obviously, emotions are running high, but now it's time to focus on the game. You got a team in West Holmes that's 8-4 in the conference. They're on a 5-game win streak as well. They're playing good basketball, so they're trying to hand the Arrows their first conference loss of the season. Obviously, the Arrows want to stay undefeated in the conference. That's a goal they set at the beginning of the year. But also a chance to celebrate, because the Arrows clinched that OCC championship on Wednesday night with their win against Madison. And now they've got a chance to be back on their home floor. Great home crowd. We got the jazz band here, and they get to celebrate that conference victory, but also got to take care of business.
We will point out that on our post-game show, you'll be visiting with all 4 seniors. So that's coming up after the game. Have a chance to hear from the ladies on Senior Day here. Let's check the Arrows record and OCC standings. They're brought to you by Whitaker Myers, providing solutions for your insurance, benefits, and wealth management needs since 1869, with offices in Ashland and Worcester. As we mentioned, the Arrows 12-0, 16-1 overall. They've topped the league for the 2nd straight year. The team they beat midweek, Madison, they're in 2nd, 9-3. West Holmes in 3rd, 8-4. They are an above 500 team at 9-8. New Philly is in 4th at 8-5, 13-5 overall, still to be reckoned with perhaps in the tournament. Then it's Worcester, Dover, Lexington, Mansfield Senior. The games today, Worcester is at Lexington, Dover in a non-con game at Louisville. The Lindsley School visits New Philadelphia, and West Holmes here at Ashland. That wraps up the OCC schedule and our look at the standings. It's the Arrows and the Knights.
And just a reminder, folks, coming to you all season long from the Priest Dental broadcast booth. Your hometown dental leader, proud AHS alum Kevin Priest and his team will handle all of your dental needs.
see on your split screen there, the teams are getting loose, and we're working our way toward the tip-off between the Arrows and the Knights. We'll take this time out. When we come back, we'll continue on our Simonson Construction Countdown to tip-off. This is the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving.
Ashland isn't just where we work. It's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust, done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
West Holmes and Ashland in girls varsity action coming right up. Friends, this year when we have game day guests, it's all brought to you by Whitcomb and Hess. They have your needs covered. Plan, grow, and thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments. Also, one of our great sponsors is the South Street Grill. They're the official watch location for Arrows Athletics. If you aren't able to attend in person, South Street will carry Arrow basketball all season long in the lower level bar area. Senior day here at Ashland. The Arrows are 16-1. They defeated West Holmes in runaway fashion back on January the 3rd in Millersburg, 54-28. Now, since then, Aiden, West Holmes has been playing some pretty good basketball. They are on a 5-game win streak. They're 9-8. They've played pretty well on the road at 4-4.
Yeah, and this program in West Holmes girls basketball is one of the most dominant programs in terms of the state. I know you got some stuff on that, and we can surely talk about that here in a moment. But you can't sleep on any team in the conference standings, and every game in the OCC is going to be a competitive one. I mean, obviously the last one was a big-time victory on the road for the Arrows in the dungeon, but West Holmes could come in here and shock the world. The Arrows have a lot going on today with the senior day stuff, and I think it's going to be really neat. It looks like we're going to get to see Madison Hoffman one more time in an Arrow uniform, as she's out on the floor warming up right now with the team, so she will likely be in for some sort of ceremonial tip-off thing. But a lot of emotions, and West Holmes, like I said, they're trying to come in here and hand the Arrows the first conference loss of the season, which is what every team in the OCC is trying to do. That's the goal, the Arrows with the target on their back, and West Holmes is going to try and get it done and hand the Arrows their first conference loss.
Well, when you talk about leading scorers, Kennedy Lacey for the Arrows, Aaron, she stepped it up to another level in that game on Wednesday night at Madison. Season highs, 29 points and 13 rebounds. She comes into today's action averaging 22 a game. She has 5 double-doubles. She's at 1,090 career points, so she will, in all likelihood, surpass the 1,100 point mark as she continues her march toward the school scoring record. But hitting over 50% of her shots, Lacey is just right now living in another stratosphere.
Yeah, and Kennedy can score at will. She's going to score, and she wants to, and she's going to get her points every night. And you mentioned it, close to 1,100. She's 60 points away from the school record set by Kylie Radaball a couple years ago. So, I mean, that's likely going to happen this season, too. The Arrows have 4 regular season games left after this one, 5 total, and then a postseason run. So, pretty remarkable what Kennedy Lacey's done in her young Arrow career, because she still has another year with the orange and black.
On the other side for West Holmes, 2 double-figure scorers to keep in mind. Zelina Proper is a 5'7" senior point guard. She averages 12 a game. And then Briar Klein, another senior in the backcourt, averages 10 a game. West Holmes only scoring 44 on average. They're a good defensive unit, giving up just 41 points. Ashland defensively gives up only 34, so you've got really two of the better defensive units in the conference.
Yeah, and Ashland's been playing well defensively all season long. They do a great job of getting their hand in the passing lane, forcing steals and running out in transition, and that's where, frankly, that's where Kennedy Lacey gets a lot of her points. That's where Grace Tobias scores. That's where Josie Van Tilburg knocks down her points as well, as the Arrows do a great job of getting steals and running out in transition. West Holmes is going to try and slow down the Arrows this afternoon and hold them under that 57-point average that they have offensively, and hopefully they can score more than 44 and make this one a game.
It is senior day here at Ashland High School. Jazz Band is here. We'll be featuring them at halftime. And then on our postgame coverage, we'll be talking with all four Arrows seniors, as well as Coach Holt, Renee Holt, in her 6th year, 58-73. And on the other side, Lindsey Belden, the head coach of the Knights. Hayden mentioned the remaining games for Ashland. 4 left, 1 at home, 3 on the road. It all starts on Tuesday at Ontario for Ashland. That'll be their next game, non-conference battle against Ontario, and West Holmes will next see action against Berlin Highland on Wednesday at 7.
Lindsey Belden, formerly known, her maiden name, Lindsay Snyder, the sister of Lena Snyder, both graduates of West Holmes High School. Lindsay went on to play her college basketball at Malone. Lena went on to play her college basketball at Ashland University. I know a lot of people tuning in know that name. Lena Snyder, 24 rebounds in a game for her in high school, her career high in a game. 1,144 rebounds for her career and 1,633 points in high school. She was a 2-time state runner-up in 2012 and 2013, and then her senior campaign, they were state champions in 2014. Then she went to Ashland University, where she continued to dominate. 2,295 points, so 2,295 points for her in college, 1,207 rebounds, a national championship, and a national runner-up appearance. So one of the few players that can say they won a state championship at the high school level and a national championship at the college level. But again, that's part of the history here at West Holmes, and everyone knows West Holmes is a storied program with a very rich tradition.
Yeah, the Snyder's part of kind of the second chapter of the golden age of West Holmes girls basketball. We'll talk more about that as we get going. We're getting closer to the tip-off. Coming up, we'll check our injury report. Our national anthem is coming up, starting lineups and keys, and of course the tip-off between the Arrows and the Knights. We'll take this time out and come right back. You're watching Arrows basketball on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Continuing with our pregame coverage, our upcoming national anthem is presented by Chandler Systems, Inc., locally owned and operated right here in Ashland, Ohio for over 40 years. Both teams lined up on the sidelines. It is senior day here at Ashland High School. Arrows and Knights meeting for the second time. Arrows won the first meeting. That was back on January the 3rd, and the final score was 54-28. All right, let's listen in for the Star Spangled Banner, brought to you by Chandler Systems, Inc. there's our national anthem here as the teams get ready to do battle at Arrow Arena. Aiden, let's carry on right now and check that injury report.
Today's injury report brought to you by Fickus Furniture. No need for the big box stores. Fickus Furniture has all your needs covered. Well, for the Arrows, we got a few injuries to report. Obviously, Bailey Hartman out for the year with a knee injury. Madison Hoffman out for the year with a knee injury, but I think we'll see her today for a ceremonial tip-off appearance. She looks like she is starting this afternoon. And then also something to take note of, Cameron Cox nursing a little bit of a knee injury. She has a knee brace on, but she will play the rest of the season, toughen it out, as the Lady Arrows need her big time. And for West Holmes, a full roster on the other side, so should be a good one tonight. Hopefully everyone can stay healthy.
All right, let's check those starting lineups. They're brought to you by Truly Inspired Paper Company. For all of your paper needs, from wedding invitations to business cards and everything in between, Truly Inspired Paper Company in Ashland and Loudonville. For the Knights, Briar Klein will start at one guard spot. She's 5'6" and a senior. Zelina Proper joins her in the backcourt, 5'7", senior point guard. Rory Wilcox will start at a forward spot. She's 5'7" and a junior. Kara McMillan, 5'6", a junior. She starts at a guard spot. And rounding out a four-guard alignment for Lindsey Belden, Maddie Fair. She's 5'5" and a junior. Once again, for West Holmes, it'll be Klein, Proper, Wilcox, McMillan, and Fair. Now for the Arrows. For the Arrows, it looks like it'll be the four seniors, and then who else is starting here? Looks like Kennedy will be in the lineup. So you've got Madison Hoffman starting. The injured 5'10" senior will be out there just briefly enough to get in the box score. Grace Tobias, the 5'4" senior, will get the start. Kennedy Lacey, the 5'10" junior. Kaya Hendershot, 5'8" senior, will start the game along with Cameron Cox, the 6'1" senior post. So again, it's the four seniors, Hoffman, Tobias, Hendershot, and Cox, along with Kennedy Lacey. Those are your starting lineups for today's game, brought to you by the Truly Inspired Paper Company. All right, Aiden, let's check the keys to the game. What do you think will be important today?
Today's keys to the game brought to you by your hometown vision leader, Ashland Eye Care. Proud HS alum Dan Deblo and his team will handle all of your vision needs. Keys to the game, I'm going to keep it simple. For West Holmes, it's slow down and stop Kennedy Lacey. Do all in your power to try and do that. I know it's going to be tough to do, but if they can keep Kennedy under 20 points, they might have a chance this afternoon. And for the Ashland Arrows, just play your brand of basketball. Continue to give 100% effort on both the offensive and defensive side. Rebound, knock down your free throws, and you should be able to handle West Holmes this afternoon.
Those are the keys to the game. Final lineups being introduced here. Emotional day for these seniors getting the start. There's Kaya Hendershot, her first time in the starting lineup this year. Aiden, let's check the gentlemen who will make the impartial calls today.
This afternoon's referees are brought to you by your hometown barbershop, 419 Barbershop in downtown Ashland. Matt and his team have all your needs covered, and it's a familiar crew for me because I just called a game that they did on Tuesday night. They had that triple overtime thriller over in senior high when Ashland boys defeated Mansfield Senior. It's Ryan Bowers, Kurt Leber, and Charlie Ridenauer.
All right, let's hope they've rested up from that 3 overtime game. West Holmes comes out in their traveling blue uniforms, the Arrows in their home whites. Tip-off and team colors served up by Linway Restaurant. Quality food and fine service since 1951. Lacey will jump center against Kara McMillan, and we're finally ready for basketball on this Saturday afternoon. Ball's in the air. They're going to tap it over to Madison Hoffman. She's going to waltz down the lane, and the Arrows take a 2-0 lead. Madison Hoffman on senior day knocks down the layup. They will let the Knights advance the ball, and it's put up and in to tie the game. And so now they will start the game in earnest, and Hoffman will be taken out of the lineup. Well done by the Arrows and the Knights to get that all arranged. Briar Klein got the equalizer. And so it is a 2-2 ball game. And Hoffman will leave. Of course, the torn knee ligaments in that game against Waynedale. She's on the schedule to have that surgery and then rehab to prepare for her college career at Mount Union.
Yeah, what a classy move there by Coach Holt and Coach Belden there to give Madison Hoffman one more chance to rep the Arrows. Very emotional moment.
Underway in earnest. There's Lacey in the paint, turns around, knocks down the 8-footer. 4-2, Ashland. Kennedy Lacey with her first bucket.
Yep, and she's in the scoring quickly.
Here come the Knights. This is Proper with it, number 10. She's their leading scorer. McMillan. This is Fair driving into the paint. Had it partially blocked by Cox. They're going to call a foul on that.
One of the most impressive things, too, we talked about in the pregame about Kennedy Lacey is her efficiency from the field. Shooting at 51% en route to her 22 points average per game. So she does a phenomenal job of getting to the rack and finishing around the rim.
First shot not there for Fair, who has struggled from the line this year. First quarter action brought to you by Comfort Control, providing the best comfort for residential and commercial customers for more than 40 years. Second one rattles in. Makes it a 4-3 ball game. Just getting underway here. Warming up in the first quarter. Lacey takes it to the cup. Missed the layup and the rebound down to Maddie Fair. West Holmes advances the basketball to Briar Klein.
Still like to see the Arrows, though, get in their sets offensively and run a little bit of clock and get better looks than just rushing to the rim early in the possession.
CC Sturry is in the game. She checked in for Hoffman. That's Fair with the dish down low, but Wilcox misses the layup and the ball out of bounds. It'll stay West Holmes. We had a pretty good look there. 4-3 Ashland. Klein backs in, dishes a pass across the lane to Fair. Shoots. And Hendershot had the rebound, then was poked out of her hand. It'll stay Ashland ball.
We got a pretty good crowd in attendance this afternoon, David, including the leading scorer in Arrow girls basketball history in attendance, Kylie Radeball, formerly known, now Kylie Goon. She's now married and has children.
Turnover. First of the game for the Arrows. Jumper on the way. That's Proper. McMillan grabs the board. Proper throws up a wild shot. It ends up out of bounds, and Ashland will take over.
We've also got fourth on the all-time scoring list. Used to be third till Kennedy Lacey surpassed her. Alyssa Sturry in attendance. That's the older sister, the oldest sister of junior CC Sturry.
Tobias controls the basketball. Both teams starting out in the man-to-man. Sturry off the dribble fires a long three. It's saved in bounds and grabbed by Klein. Get it down low to Fair. Proper throws up the left-hand runner. Out of bounds. That'll go to Ashland.
A wise job there by Kaya Hendershot. She thought about grabbing it, trying to save it from going out of bounds, realized West Holmes touched it last. The Arrows will take over on offense here.
Josie Van Tilburg checks in on a Sid Suds substitution. 2 points apiece for Lacey and Madison Hoffman, who got the opening tip and scored a bucket. Lacey draws a triple team. Knocked away from behind. It'll be a baseline inbound for the Arrows.
Yeah, a remarkable high school career by Madison Hoffman, including All-Ohio honors a season ago, breaking the three-point record for most threes made in a game with 8 earlier this season at Clear Fork. A season-high 29 points, definitely going out with a bang today with one more basket.
Sturry misfires. That's another rebound for Briar Klein. Proper, nice dish down low. Fair misses, but got her own miss. 3-ball rattles in. Proper given a second chance. It's in the scoring column. 6-4 West Holmes. Kennedy Lacey. Probing the defense here. She'll muscle it up. She's headed to the Connery Manufacturing foul line. They got McMillan on the foul, so that'll be her first two-shot foul for Kennedy Lacey. 58%.
I think if there's anything you could criticize Kennedy Lacey on, it's hard to find something to criticize her on, but it's definitely the free throws. She's going to have to do her job to work on that in the offseason. She's done a better job of it this season. Last year, her free throw shot was a little flat, but she's doing a better job of getting that up a little more. Definitely need to work on that in the offseason, improve on that a little bit, but everything else is flawless. Kennedy Lacey, such an impactful and phenomenal player for Coach Holt's squad.
Well, she does knock those two in, and it's 6-6. Connery Manufacturing, your wastewater equipment leader, locally owned for over 40 years. Briar Klein, 2 rebounds, 2 points so far. Knocked away. Lacey in a hurry trying to get to the ball. It's out of bounds. It's going to go back to Wes Holmes.
Those are the kinds of things you can't teach, though. It's the effort. A phenomenal effort by Kennedy, poking the ball free, diving on the floor, trying to save it, unable to do so. It gives the Arrows to set up in that full court man press.
Back out of it here. Van Tilburg will pressure Proper. Klein to Wilcox. McMillan on the drive. Missed the scoop shot. Lacey comes out of there with it. She's thinking about coast to coast. Had it partially blocked. Cameron Cox grabs the rebound and then promptly throws it away. Turnover, Ashland. Their second. All tied at 6 here. First quarter action, 3:47 to go.
So Megan Ediger, Sid Sudd's substitution, checks into the game for Coach Holt's team. Had a nice job, a nice performance in that JV game, as we talked about, with 21 points, leading the Arrows to a victory in the JV game in overtime.
34-28 the final. Klein got tripped up from behind, lost it out of bounds. Now they say no foul and West Holmes' ball, but she clearly lost it out of bounds. So without a foul here, I would think it would be out on Klein. But no big argument here. Saw it on our Sarver replay there. Van Tilburg grabs the ball and then lost it off the dribble, and it was picked up, and Proper scores. So Van Tilburg had the board, but then the third turnover leads to a West Holmes bucket, 8-6.
And I was going to comment Josie's effort there. Did a great job of ripping the ball away and chinning it and being strong with it.
She'll hoist a 3 and nail it.
Yes, she made up for it right there, David, with a BB&C Car Care 3-pointer. Josie making an impact off the bench.
They advanced the ball very quickly. Wilcox is fouled, missed the layup, but got fouled by Ediger. All threes brought to you by BB&C Car Care. Don't walk, keep your car running smoothly with regular oil changes at BB&C Car Care. Wilcox, a 43% foul shooter. That one raises the front iron. We got a lane violation, I believe.
Yep, Josie entered late there.
So it will become a 3-shot foul. Missed that one long. Wilcox one more. She's a junior, averaging 3 points, 4 boards. West Holmes, coached by Lindsey Belden, 9-8 on the year. Fires on all 3. Ediger picks up the varsity rebound. 9-8 Ashland. It's Tobias. Van Tilburg. Now Lacey on the baseline from Ediger. She'll pop and miss it. Ediger, the putback. Yes.
That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Someone going to step up on that bench for the Arrows.
Well, that's the second time that Wilcox has gotten free down the court. She scores. That's her first 2. 1-point game. 11-10 Ashland. Story with the Arrows scrambling. She gets fouled in the lane. I think it's Klein. We'll see it again right here. It is Briar Klein on the hack.
I like that aggression, though, there by CeCe Sturry. Normally just a spot-up 3-point shooter for the Arrows, which she's shooting 37% from the 3-point line. She does a nice job, though, of taking it to the rack. Almost finished through contact and had a chance there for a Norma Foundation and one opportunity, but nonetheless to the Connery Manufacturing free throw line.
Her first point, she's averaging 7 a game. And the second is flipped up and in. 3-point lead now for Ashland, 13-10, and they show some full court pressure. And again, they beat the pressure. Lily Brown in the game for West Holmes misses. Got her own miss. The second effort hit the bottom of the backboard, and the rebound to Wilcox. Now Proper has her shot swatted away. Briar Klein came up with the ball, and then she is fouled. So all kinds of opportunities here as we see the whole play again. It looks like Lacey had a pretty good block.
A vicious spot there by Kennedy Lacey. Kennedy Lacey looks a little winded. She's played the entire first quarter here, but nonetheless a very athletic play there.
They got Cox on the foul, so she's out now with 2 personals. Klein, no, and Lacey now with another rebound. Lacey in traffic, shoots and gets fouled. Shot would not go in from 15. They got Lily Brown on the foul, so Arrows have been busy at the Connery Manufacturing foul line. They'll try extend a 3-point lead.
I know I like to, for those of you that tune into all of our broadcasts here, I know I like to talk about the officials. I'm not going to talk about Charlie Ridenauer, though, the guy that just made that call. He's a very, very good official, has been the referee at many state Final Four games, so I trust any call that comes from him and this crew today.
Lacey hits both. She has 6. Largest lead of the game for Ashland at 15-10. McMillan guarded by Lacey. Klein comes to help out. McMillan. Now Klein again. Brown. Jumper from the right corner, good. That is Mari Patterson. The sophomore point guard connects from distance.
That's a 4-0 scoring run from the Arrows.
That one's good, left wing. Van Tilburg has knocked down 2 threes here in the first quarter. A BB&C Car Care 3 makes it 18-15.
And she stepped it up big time since the injury. Madison Hoffman had 13 points at New Philadelphia, the first game the Arrows played without Maddie Hoffman. She's going to be big for this team down the stretch, especially into the postseason. The Arrows need someone else besides Kennedy Lacey who's going to contribute consistently offensively, and Josie Van Tilburg could be that player.
She's hitting better than 35% from three-point range. 18-13. Zelina Proper gives it up to Patterson. Reach around by Sturry. They're not going to let that go.
And she knew it too. She knew it right when it happened. She was a little frustrated with herself. Just got out of position there defensively, but only her first foul here. 28.8 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Arrows 1 foul away from putting West Holmes in the bonus.
Patterson, dangerous pass into the corner to Proper. Fires a pass, and it's McMillan. Tries the kick out to Briar Klein. She missed it. Rebound to Lacey. And turnover as Lacey went airborne, and Tobias wasn't quite ready for the pass, thinking she was going to shoot. Well, West Holmes has had some pretty good offensive looks that have not gone down. I think the Arrows a little fortunate there.
Well, and credit to West Holmes as well. They have no turnovers here in the first quarter. The Arrows do a phenomenal job of forcing turnovers, forcing 13 a game.
So Sturry's going to pick up. Nope, that's going to go against Tobias. Tobias and Sturry converge. They give the personal to Grace Tobias, one of the 4 seniors on the roster. Cox is going to check back in with 2 fouls, but that is over the limit now. And the first free throw is up and good for Zelina Proper. She has 6. It's 18-14. Just 2 seconds left. Sid Sud substitutions.
Ella Willard, Manny Fair return.
shot good. Proper has 7 in the first quarter. Makes it a 3-point game. She leaves.
Yeah, not the wisest foul there by the Arrows. I know they were trying to trap Proper there and make her uncomfortable, but nonetheless, it gives West Holmes 2 free points there to narrow things up after 1 quarter of play.
Checking that Simonson Construction Services scoreboard. It is 18-15 Ashland. Simonson serving Ashland and North Central Ohio for over 50 years. Second quarter right around the corner here on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Brandon Gunder at the controls. David Wilson, Aiden Chandler providing coverage of Arrows basketball. All presented by Sarver Paving here on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network. Second quarter about to unfold. It's 18-15.
4 turnovers there in the first quarter for the Arrows. None for West Holmes. The Arrows are going to have to take better care of the basketball here in the second quarter and start to force some turnovers by West Holmes.
Ediger still in the game with Hendershot, Sturry, Tobias, and Lacey. So a little different look for the Arrows here. Again, they have clinched the conference title. McMillan back to Proper, who had 7 to lead all scorers in the first quarter. Patient possession here. This is Maddie Fair. Kara McMillan off the glass. Got to the low right block. That's her first 2. 1-point game right now. Here's Lacey. Hendershot for 3. Off the back iron. McMillan, her second rebound. 1 minute into the second quarter. And it's Proper got to the rim. She just saw the whole court open up. And she has 9 points.
And West Holmes takes the lead 19-18. They're on a 6-0 run since the Arrows took the lead at 18-13.
Sturry to Tobias playing on the wing. Skip pass over the top of a zone. Ediger, bad pass into traffic. Fortunately for the Arrow. Nope, it was Hendershot's ball for a moment, and then the jump ball will keep it with the Arrows, but just some careless passing there. Hendershot will leave, and Cox back in, playing on a sore right knee that is heavily braced. She has 1 rebound so far, no points.
Arrows need all they can get from Cameron Cox.
She bounces it into Lacey, posting up, and she scores. Well, she just muscled that one up and in.
And not really a clue where she was. Oh, there we go, a steal for Kennedy.
Lacey looking for some space, got into the paint. Rebound pulled down by Briar Klein. That's her 4th.
I was going to say, Kennedy didn't even really know where she was on the floor there, just turned around and threw it up and it went in. Sometimes that's just how it goes.
Right in the general direction of the hoop. Off the dribble, that went out of bounds. McMillan, I think, felt she was fouled or interfered with there, missed the shot. And Ashland takes over with a 1-point lead.
Yeah, that Lacey bucket was the first points of the second quarter for Ashland. So it took a while for them to get going here in the quarter. We'll see if we get a little bit of an offensive explosion.
Tobias set for 3. Ediger grabs the rebound. Another 3, this time Sturry. She cashes in her first field goal, and she has 5 points. Arrows got the offensive rebound there for Ediger, and it paid off.
Yeah, CC Sturry knocking down her first three-pointer of the game. 2 points prior from the free throw line, but a big-time three. Might have to revisit that one later.
Arrows 31% as a team. Good idea, Aiden. I'm going to circle that one on my scorecard. 4-point Arrows lead. Knocked out of bounds. Maddie Fair got bailed out there. Then Tilburg in and Ediger out.
Megan Ediger, we talked about her performance in that JV game, doing a nice job pulling in 3 rebounds, scoring 2 points so far for the Arrows here in this first half.
Yeah, I think the bucket was a follow-up on an offensive rebound. Well, Briar Klein working hard inside. She scores her 4th point. 23-21. Van Tilburg fires a pass to Tobias, and she drives, misses. Wilcox. Long pass thrown away. There's your first West Holmes turnover. And then Sturry gets fouled, so bad sequence there for the Knights.
Yeah, for sure, and a nice job there by the Arrows. West Holmes really just made an errant pass, though. Threw it up the floor. They didn't need to rush by any means, only a 2-point game. I was going to say, the nice thing about this game is the Arrows have already locked up the OCC race, so there is still pressure to be undefeated and finish undefeated in the conference. But if you lose this game, it doesn't hurt you in terms of the conference standings. This is a good opportunity to figure out your rotation and finalize your roster come postseason time. Get Megan Ediger some experience. Kaya Hendershot more involved in the offense, or in the Arrow effort today. So definitely big in that regard as well.
Yeah, no question about it. Here's Lacey. Got her own miss from close range and then draws the foul. So Lacey, she's working hard on the boards. That's number 4 in the rebound department. We'll see it again right there as she grabs the board.
Grabs the board over 4 West Holmes girls. Yeah. Nice effort there by Kennedy Lacey. And that's what you're going to get. That's what Coach Holt knows she's going to get every single night from Kennedy Lacey. Kennedy Lacey is always going to give you 110% regardless of the circumstance.
She's back to the Connery Manufacturing free throw line. Hits the first. 9 points for the junior. This is the second. Wilcox, her 3rd rebound. Here come the Lady Knights. 9-8 on the year. Proper getting double teamed. Knew someone was open, and it was Fair who got blocked by Cameron Cox. Leads the team. That is her 31st of the year.
Yeah, very nice job there by Cameron. Guarding 2 defenders there, able to catch up, though, and block that shot out of bounds.
Briar Klein. 4:12 to go, second quarter. Proper, skip pass, Fair to the rim and scores. That was a nice move. She has 3 points.
Yeah, wise play there, wise move by Maddie Fair to do a scoop layup rather than go up with a traditional layup look as Cameron Cox is waiting there to block another one.
Cox will pull it and nail it. Top of the key. Well, she has a rebound, an assist, a block, and now a 3-pointer.
Awesome, awesome, making an impact.
West Holmes ball, Proper, 3-point range. Klein wants to drive on Cox, can't get around her. Harris doing a pretty good job switching on defense here. Klein will reset. That's McMillan who comes to the ball. She's playing with 2 fouls, and she will go to the left side of the rim and miss it. Kennedy Lacey, another board. She's filling up the stat sheet, and not necessarily in a good way. That's a turnover. Number 5 on the afternoon for the Arrows. You think of West Holmes, if you have any sense of girls basketball history in the state of Ohio, you think of the mid-'80s, 108 consecutive wins, 3 state titles.
That's impressive, and I don't know if that'll ever be matched again.
That one nailed by Patterson. She has 2 threes, and it's a 1-point game, 27-26, and it's Lacey laying it up. It won't go in. And the rebound fought for, and it's going to West Holmes. They say it was off Cox. So Lacey a short range miss with 2:30 to go. But you go back to the glory days there. Jack Van Reeth was the head coach. Lisa Klein was the star. She went on to play at Ohio State. They won 108 consecutive ball games.
And Lisa Klein's 76 points in a single game is the most in state history in girls basketball. So again, just part of the rich tradition they have over there.
That's Klein. Now, we're not sure if there's any relation here. I believe there probably is. She nails a three and has 7 points. And just like that, West Holmes back on top, 29-27.
This does kind of have tournament feel written all over it, David.
Cox at the foul line, gives it off to Tobias, cutting in, missed it. Maddie Fair, her 3rd rebound. She has 3 points, 3 boards. We have 1:30 to go here in the second quarter. And we just passed the anniversary of that 76-point effort. Fair, I think, got fouled maybe by Story. Her 2nd foul. That was January the 28th, 1985, and it came against Akron Coventry. 76 points. I couldn't find what the final score in that game was, but 76 points in a game. And that was without a three-pointer, Aiden.
That's incredible. It's just incredible.
And she scored 2,958 points in her high school career without a three-pointer.
Just wonder how many of those were deep twos that might have been threes.
Klein misses. Weak side rebound for Lacey. Ahead to Cam Cox. Knights get back defensively. Cox got her own miss. Puts it up. Missed it. Another rebound. Missed it again. Lacey finally puts it up and in.
You know what? I give all the props in the world, though, to Cameron Cox, who's battling through a little bit of a knee injury, fighting on the offensive glass, pulling in 2 offensive rebounds. And though she missed it, Kennedy Lacey right there to scoop it up and put it in for 2 to tie things up at 29.
35 seconds left. So the Knights kicking themselves a little bit there, giving all those opportunities. It cost them the lead, but they're going to hold it now. Lindsey Belden directing traffic from the sideline. What a first half we've had here. Even Steven, jazz band getting ready to perform. This is Proper. Ediger helps with the double team. Fair gets it to Klein. 7 to go in the quarter. Proper will have to launch it somehow. She does, and she scores. The buzzer beater for Zelina Proper. Well done. The Lady Knights score to take the lead at halftime, 31-29. That was an impressive final possession.
Yeah, nice job there by West Holmes. They really performed well in all aspects of the game in that first half, speeding Ashland up, causing turnovers, rebounding the basketball, and then Zelina Proper and Briar Klein shooting the heck out of the basketball, and that is why they have a 2-point lead going into halftime. The Arrows' undefeated conference record on the ropes here at home on Senior Day.
Kennedy Lacey for Ashland ever 11 points and 7 boards in the first half. Pretty good first half for the Arrows' leading scorer. All right, we are at halftime. Plenty more to come, including a look in at the jazz band performance brought to you by Bill Harris Dealerships. And our second half waiting in the wings. Again, your score, West Holmes 31, Ashland 29 on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
you. Ryan Kerman.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed the jazz band performance. It's brought to you by Bill Harris Dealerships with locations in Ashland and Loudonville, from Chevrolet to Ford to Dodge to Jeep. And quality pre-owned vehicles as well. Bill Harris Dealerships is your one-stop shop. We're ready for third quarter action, brought to you by Comfort Control. It's 31-29 West Holmes. Pretty solid first half for the Knights, aided especially in the turnover department.
Yeah, they won that second quarter 16-11. They only turned over the ball twice. Both of those turnovers coming in that second quarter. But they're doing a good job of taking care of the basketball. They have 16 rebounds compared to Ashland's 18 rebounds. And again, Briar Klein, 7 points. Selena Proper, 11 points, carrying this West Holmes offense. And they got a 2-point lead here to start the second half. And we'll see how Coach Holt and the rest of the coaching staff have adjusted to the offensive attack from West Holmes. They're only 13 points away from their season average of 44.
Well, we're underway third quarter, and Proper in immediate trouble with the double team and throws it away. So we were singing the praises, they turn it over, but now the Arrows return the favor. No harm done, and Proper will bring it back into front court. West Holmes in the blue uniforms. McMillan inside to Klein, posting up. They had a nice mismatch on Tobias, but Klein misses the shot, and it's going to Ashland.
That's the 4th team rebound for the Arrows, the 19th of the game. Ashland, however, 6 turnovers compared to West Holmes' 3, and that's kind of been the story here so far this afternoon.
Story will run the point now to Van Tilburg. Cox posting up. They didn't get it to her. And now they do, but was not quite in as good a position there, so the Arrows a little bit late. But there is a foul called against Briar Klein. That's her second foul. Non-shooting foul, and the Arrows will inbound.
It's always good when you see both officials raise their hand with a foul in a situation like that, because sometimes you'll see one go for the jump ball and the other go for a foul with different angles, but they both saw the same thing on that play.
Lacey got freed up by a Cox screen and hits the shot. 13 for Kennedy Lacey.
It's domination.
31-31. There's an man-to-man. Get it to Fair. Back to Selena Proper, who had 11 points in the first half. Underneath Klein, the turnaround not there. Batted over to Lacey. She'll pop from about 7. No, and Klein pulls down the rebound.
Nice awareness by Cameron Cox there to not pick up a foul for shoving the West Holmes defender in the back.
She does have 2 fouls in the game. The shot good by Proper. She's pretty aggressive taking it to the basket. She's averaging 12 a night, and she has 13. Long rebound. Van Tilburg hustles and knocks it off Fair. Pretty good thinking there with the long rebound coming off. We'll see it again right here, Aiden.
What a hustle play. And that's what I'm talking about. Follow your shot. I mentioned it last night in the boys' game. Josie Van Tilburg follows the missed three-pointer, able to get the offensive rebound, and the Arrows get another look down here on their offensive end.
Right inside to Cox, spins around, missed the shot, got the rebound, missed it again, and the rebound to Proper. 33-31, West Holmes. Proper way off the mark. They're saying that's going to be Ashland ball. Story saved it in. I think the officials will talk and potentially turn this around. Thought that was out on Story.
Well, he might be saying that the ball was out of bounds first before CC Story went to grab the basketball. And Coach Belden a little frustrated. I think the proper thing to do for the officiating crew would have been to go over to her and explain that. But nonetheless, I think that's what they saw, and it'll be Arrow basketball.
Lacey working at the top of the key, and now down the lane she goes, lays it up and in, count the bucket, she gets fouled. It'll be an and one opportunity for Kennedy Lacey, which we'll see again. McMillan on the foul, that's her third. Kennedy Lacey now with 15 points and a chance to make it 16. And one opportunity is brought to you by the Norma Foundation, rewarding big plays on the court and big ideas off it. She hits the foul shot and cashes in.
She was 5 of 6 from the Connery Manufacturing free throw line in that first half, now 6 for 7.
Blocked by Cox off the McMillan shot. Jump ball. And it's going to stay.
No, it's Arrow
No, it's
basketball.
Arrows basketball. You're right, Aiden. See it again on another replay. So Cox with another blocked shot.
Is that a Josie Van Tilburg rebound or is that a team rebound?
That's a good question. I believe on the tie-up, it would have to go to a team rebound, I believe. I'll tell you what, you score it how you want. I'll back you up.
I'm going to give it to Josie for her effort there. We're unofficial anyway, right?
There's a steal. Lacey had it taken away, but then West Holmes throws it away in the backcourt. Lacey from Cox draws a crowd and got rid of a beautiful pass to Tobias, but a foul was called first against Maddie Fair. Non-shooting foul, so that's her second, team foul number 3. Third quarter, Arrows by 1. Story runs out of real estate and just lost the ball. Not sure what was going on there. McMillan, too much momentum, missed the layup. Lacey got the rebound and then got knocked over.
Lacey pulling down her 8th rebound to go along with 16 points here, about midway through the third quarter. And I think on that last possession for the Arrows, just got too crowded in the corner, and it allowed West Holmes to get some pressure, force CC baseline, and she just had nowhere to go.
Sturry brings it forward. Fouls are 4-0. West Holmes.
Wow.
Sturry scores. Uses the bank board on the Coldwell Banker Ward Real Estate Bank Shop. CB Ward Real Estate for all of your real estate needs. They're located right here in Ashland.
There's that aggressive take to the rack again by CC Sturry, getting more confident on the offensive end.
Klein, a wild shot, got her own miss, and then gets fouled going back up. That's kind of a Bronx cheer, I think, from the West Holmes crowd. Finally getting the foul call that they were hoping for. Lacey picks up the foul. Nope, that's against Story, her third.
Yeah, so Sienna Sturry is going to have to come out of the game here. It looks like Megan Ediger at the table ready to check in for her.
And Klein has had a tough game, 7 points. She's missed some shots in the paint. She has grabbed 5, make it 6 rebounds. One more shot. She's a 67% foul shooter. Nails that one, no problem. 36-34, Sid Suds substitutions. Sid's is your go-to for all your power washing needs with superheated water. Lacey through traffic. They're going to call a foul there. I think got Proper.
I didn't think Proper was...
Yeah, in the neighborhood.
I thought it was on Maddie Fair. It's only Proper's first.
Well, it's team foul number 5, though.
And Lacey to the Connery Manufacturing free throw line. Well, we got a little break in the action. I just want to shout out our boys wrestling team. We had head coach Tommy Bowers, our Wickham and Hess game day guest a few games ago. They won a duel last night. 3 teams in town, St. Ignatius, Walsh, Jesuit, and Solon. Also alumni night for the boys wrestling team as they defeated all 3 powerhouse D1 programs.
Yeah, what a great way to get things started.
Also a shameless plug for them. Wednesday here in Arrow Arena, senior night for the boys and girls wrestling team starts at 6 o'clock. Come out and support the Arrows and the wonderful work they've done.
There's Proper over Van Tilburg, nothing but net. 16 for Zelina Proper. 37-36 West Holmes. Jump pass to Cox down low. Back to Lacey, a little give and go. Give Cox the assist. Lacey up to 18 points.
Nice job, nice cut there, and a better find by Cameron Cox to give the Arrows that 1-point lead. They're back on top. Has the makings of one that might go down to the final moments.
Yeah, reach around foul. Probably could have been ignored there, but they call the foul on Ediger. Her second. We talked about this a little last night, Aiden. You don't have to call everything. Lacey with the steal. Tobias, yes. Her first basket.
Her first basket here on senior day, and a big one at that to extend the Arrow lead to 3.
40-37 Ashland. McMillan, and now Patterson's shot is swatted away by Cameron Cox. I've got that for her third block.
What an effort by Cameron. Amidst the knee injury she's dealing with, just a phenomenal effort to get a hand out there. Great close, doesn't foul the shooter, and blocks it.
Jumper on the way in the lane by Brown, no. And Cox down with the rebound, and a tie-up and an immediate foul is called against West Holmes. They'll get Lily Brown.
And to the Connery Manufacturing free throw line.
Yeah, way over the limit. 2:41 to go still, so any West Holmes foul will result in 2 free throws.
Kind of hard to argue that one, though, if you're the West Holmes fans. Cameron physical on the rebound, and they got a hand in there, and Cameron drew the foul and trying to knock down some free throws.
She hits the first. Two. Shot up and good. 5 for Cox. That makes it 42-37. Driving layup up and good by Patterson. She has 8 points, and West Holmes jumps right back to within a 1-possession situation.
And halts a 6-0 Arrow run with that layup.
Lacey is fouled. Maddie Fair picks up her third. Third quarter action brought to you by Comfort Control. We have 2:20 to go. So Lacey looking for the 20-point mark. She'll have to wait. Has 18 at the moment. More subs coming in for West Holmes. One more shot for Kennedy Lacey. Missed them both. That's 4 in a row that she has misfired from the foul line. Arrows leave points on the table. A 3 can tie it for West Holmes. Steal by Lacey, and it's a run out. And good.
Now she's up over to that 20-point mark, and Kennedy Lacey leading the team here in free throws attempted on the season with her 11 attempts today. She's up to 121 on the year.
Almost had another steal there. West Holmes starting to feel the pressure of that Arrows defense a little bit. This is Briar Klein. Dishes it underneath. Shot blocked. That might have been Cox.
Number 4. And another rebound for her as well. Just a phenomenal effort from Cameron Cox here this afternoon, trying to carry the Arrows here in this third quarter.
You got a carry there against Lacey. So that's the 9th turnover against Ashland. We have 1:28 to go in the third quarter.
And only 5 turnovers for West Holmes. So the Arrows not forcing as many turnovers as they normally do. Again, a season average of 13 turnovers. Excuse me, that's not correct. That's 13 turnovers that we force. But nonetheless, they do a good job of forcing turnovers, and West Holmes has just done a better job of taking care of the basketball tonight. And this afternoon, and you've seen a different rotation from the Arrows as well, so not the familiar bunch we're used to on the floor.
That's a little different Arrows look. They pick up at half court here. 1:22 to go, third quarter. Proper stops and pops. That was blocked by Lacey, but the ball was caught by Klein. She cannot buy a bucket underneath. Cox grabs the rebound. Here come the Arrows now, leading it by 5. And a block inside. Tobias will end up at the line. Get Proper on the foul. That's her second. So Grace Tobias to the foul line, 5 out of 9 on the season.
Not very many trips. We were just talking about how many times Kennedy Lacey's gone to the Connery Manufacturing free throw line. This will be attempt number 10 and 11 for Tobias on the season.
She hits and has 3. (45-39). This may be the largest lead. That certainly is. 46-39. Tobias hits both. She has 4, and it's the zone press here. Proper. Klein. Proper gets it across.
Close.
Patterson to Proper. Open 3. They needed it. And it comes off the rim to Tobias. Her first rebound and a timely one with 40 seconds left. Third quarter. It's Lacey all the way to the rim. No one stop ball. And Lacey has 22 points.
Running out of room here on the score sheet. Kennedy Lacey filling it up with rebounds, free throws, and baskets today.
Now Lacey knocks the ball away. Klein will fire a 3. No. Lacey has the ball and a quick tie-up. It's going to go to Ashland. Let's give Lacey the rebound there. 22 points. Right now, Ashland is on a 6-0 run.
It'll be West Holmes basketball, actually, they're going to say. So that'll be a team rebound. We'll take one away from Lacey. Important to note, this is the second 6-0 run for the Arrows here of the third quarter. Message at halftime worked from Coach Holt.
15 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Hey, you've got a bad pass there. They're going to call a foul on Tobias. Very little contact. Pass was off the mark. It essentially was a loose ball. But they call the foul. Tobias with her second. 12.5 seconds left. Tobias guarding Proper. Ball's knocked away, and it is out of bounds to West Holmes. Cox came sprinting over there to help out defensively. 48-39. 9-point lead for Ashland. This has been a close game throughout. This is the largest lead for the Arrows. They do get the shot away, but it's way off the mark by Patterson, and that brings us to the end of 3. And things looking more favorable for the Ashland Arrows. 48-39 with the all-important fourth quarter coming up next on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
We go to the fourth quarter. Kennedy Lacey has 22 points. The Arrows lead by 9. She had that driving layup along the baseline toward the end of the third quarter. I'm going to call that the Big Land Home Improvement and Property Maintenance big shot of the game. Big Land Home Improvement and Property Maintenance, located right here in Ashland. Check them out for all of your home improvement and property management needs. That helped the Arrows build this 9-point lead headed into the final quarter.
What's crazy is the Arrows doubled their turnovers there for the game in that third quarter with 5. They're up to 10. But they did a nice job defensively in making West Holmes take tough shots. They won that third quarter 19-8.
Defense really starting to take over. Cox to Van Tilburg. She'll launch the 3. No. Lacey another rebound. Almost threw it away. Sturry came up with it, but we will have a foul called because someone tripped.
I don't know about that one.
Cox picks up her 3rd foul. Interesting ball game today, no question about it. The Arrows trying to sort of overcome some adversity here of injuries, and they're doing a nice job. They built a 9-point lead. They've gotten great contributions from a number of players on the roster. Tobias had a couple big free throws and a rebound in that third quarter. Van Tilburg has hit 2 threes this afternoon. Lacey having her regular game.
Yeah, she doubled her game total in points in that third quarter with 11. She had 11 at halftime, now up to 22.
Not touch iron. Cox comes down with the rebound off the McMillan miss. Lacey misses. Proper clears for West Holmes. They need buckets. And she gets fouled by Tobias. 3rd on her. Zelina Proper to the foul line. Well, you look back, in that third quarter, West Holmes had a 37-36 lead. And then after that, a 12-2 run by the Arrows to take control.
Yeah, they really settled in well on the defensive end and started to get better looks at the basket. And another big thing, too, is the young lady at the free throw line, Zelina Proper, had 11 points at halftime. She only had 5 there in that third quarter. So did a good job of focusing on her defensively and tried to make someone else beat you. And unfortunately, for West Holmes, no one was able to do that in the third quarter.
49-41, make it 48-41. 7-point Arrows lead. Lacey out to Sturry. Arrows might be thinking a little bit here about just spreading it out, using a little bit of clock. Tobias says, no, I'll drive baseline, but missed the shot with the left hand. Cox falling backwards, grabs the rebound, and somehow shovels it off to Lacey, and she scores.
What an insane effort by Cameron Cox. Falling to the floor, maintains possession of the ball, finds Lacey for a wide open 2.
I think we're going to call that the play of the game, Aiden.
I like it.
Brought to you by Bo Lacey Construction. Driving layup, Klein. Boy, she's been waiting on that shot to drop for a while. She has 10 points.
Foul's going to be called on Josie Van Tilburg. You don't hate the foul. Klein struggled from the free throw line today, but going to make Klein earn it and a chance to cut into this Arrow lead at 7 right now. She'll head to the Conner Manufacturing free throw line for 1 more.
Play of the game built by Bo Lacey Construction. Experience you can trust, done right, on time. Cameron Cox, my goodness. Had the rebound, falling backwards, and from her back, found Lacey for the assist. And Kennedy Lacey now with 24 points. What a sequence.
Yeah, and Cameron Cox averaging 9 rebounds on the season, has 9 so far this afternoon, but I think the biggest thing is her defensive effort. She's got 4 block shots. She had 6 block shots in her last game on Wednesday at Madison. So Cameron Cox stuffing the box score, as is Kennedy Lacey. But down the stretch here, the Arrows are really going to have to lock in on both Klein and Proper. Those are the only 2 that have beaten you, really, and kept West Holmes in this game for as long as they have, 50-43. I'm telling you, I did not expect this game to be this close, but West Holmes, very well coached by Lindsey Belden. They want to hand the Arrows their first conference loss of the season, and they're looking for some momentum heading into tournament time, trying to get to double-digit wins. Currently 9-8 on the season and 8-4 in the OCC.
Played a pretty spirited game and missed a lot of shots. They have had some pretty good looks inside. Klein trying to complete a three-point play. She has 10 points. We have 6:05 to go. Long way. Here is the shot. It's good. Klein with 11.
A big possession offensively for the Arrows to try and retake control and slow this potent West Holmes offense to start the fourth quarter.
Lacey forcing the action, got fouled by Fair, and that's her fourth.
So oftentimes in these conference games, it comes down to the free throw line, the Connery Manufacturing free throw line, where Kennedy Lacey has 2 attempts right here.
25 for her on the night. She had her season high of 29 against Madison on Wednesday, so she could be looking at exceeding that. She's over the 1,100 point mark now.
And as the current leading scorer in Arrow history in attendance watching on, definitely has to be impressed with the effort she's seen from Kennedy Lacey, only a junior.
Klein holds up in the lane, and that draws an immediate double team. They say the Arrow is favoring West Holmes at the moment. Stay tuned coming up after the game for our Janney post-game show. Lots of post-game reaction planned. Not a lot of room to work with on the baseline. Klein had her pass batted right back to her. She misses the shot. And Lacey grabs another board. She's headed toward a double-double.
Yeah, I haven't totaled it up yet, but I'll look here soon at our next stoppage.
There's a lot of R's on my sheet for Lacey, who's done a great job rebounding as well as scoring. Here's Tobias. Back out to Sturry.
Might have got away with dragging the pivot foot there.
Here's a steal. It's Proper, breakaway, and she finishes with the left hand. She's up to 20 points.
All of a sudden, West Holmes cutting it back to 6. Another big possession for the Arrows. Have to take care of the basketball. Way too many turnovers today in this contest.
At this point, just under 5 minutes to go. We'll go to Lacey. Cox is wide open. She saw her late and threw it away. Lacey the turnover. And now a travel in the backcourt, double dribble against West Holmes. I've got that for 7 on them, but right now 4.5 to go. It's a little too early to try to put it in the deep freeze. Keep the foot on the gas pedal.
Yeah, I think your offense is too good. Kennedy Lacey is too good. But interesting to note, West Holmes is doing a good job of crashing on her when she drives to the basket. Sometimes 4 girls coming around Kennedy Lacey, as you see it right here.
Somebody's open. Tobias finds Van Tilburg. Now Lacey posting up and gets fouled. West Holmes girls, they are frustrated because everything is just an automatic foul. And trying to stay vertical and guard Lacey, but just get an immediate foul no matter what. And that's certainly to the Arrows' benefit, but I think frustrating for Lindsey Belden and her troops. Lacey now with 27.
Approaching that season high.
53-46, and she makes them both.
So she had that spell where she missed 4 straight free throws here in the third quarter, but she's made her last 4, and those are big free throws with the clock stopped.
Klein. Proper for 3. High arcing jumper, no. Klein hustles and gets the rebound.
Turnover.
And then she turned it over. Stepped on the end line. Eight-point advantage for the Arrows, and they have the ball. 3:55 and counting here at Arrow Arena. Saturday afternoon basketball. Cox trying to drive on Klein. Spins around. Missed it short. And out of bounds, going to go to West Holmes.
A heck of a post move there, and a heck of an effort from Cameron Cox. I'm sure it's not easy spinning on that right leg, that right knee, but again, her effort has been phenomenal in this afternoon's OCC contest. Arrows just trying to hang on here over halfway through the fourth quarter.
Cox and the other 3 seniors will be here on our Janney postgame show. McMillan throws it away, and it is Cox coming up with the steal. Lacey had the deflection. Cox wants the ball back. Lacey will shoot it and miss it. Rebound to Fair. Klein hands it off to Proper. She creates her own shot, scores, and count it. 3-point opportunity for Zelina Proper. Got fouled by Van Tilburg.
That's Josie's second foul of the game. Proper is up to 22 points and a chance at the free throw line to get to 23. This might be the best offensive performance we've seen against this Arrow team here on the home floor.
Left-handed shooter, knocks it in. She has 23. 54-49, this West Holmes team not going away. Lacey on the baseline, missed the shot. Klein altered the shot at least. Lacey grabbed the rebound. And I think a timeout's taken by Renee Holt.
Yeah, very good timeout. Today's timeouts brought to you by Connery Manufacturing. Trust Connery Manufacturing for your pump system needs. Arrows holding on to a 5-point lead, and Coach Holt definitely in this huddle just telling them what they should be doing here in this last moment, these last moments of the fourth quarter. They, number one, have to take care of the basketball. Number two, they have to do a good job of spreading it out on offense, because they've caused a few, West Holmes has caused a few turnovers by the Arrows just being out of sorts on the offensive end, and that's credit to West Holmes defense. They're playing really well this afternoon.
Next broadcast here on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network is Tuesday. That will be when the boys are home against Clear Fork. 7:30 tip time. Be on the air after the JV game concludes. That's Tuesday evening. I think you'll be back for that one, right?
I think so, yes, yep. Last class gets out at 10:45 in the morning, so I have, and I don't start till 11 on Wednesdays, so no problem getting back.
You need your own personal lane from Ada to Ashland.
I should, with how often I come back, definitely.
Van Tilburg with the ball on the restart. And Tobias, Sturry, still seem a little bit unsure of what they're supposed to be in. Almost a bad pass.
I'd take another one here if I was Coach Holt.
Cox goes to Sturry. And Tobias. And a foul, 2:15 on the clock. Lindsey Belden wanting to preserve some time here. They had a foul to give. They still have only 3 in the quarter.
Interesting to note, important to note too, Coach Holt hanging on to 4 timeouts. She's got 4 timeouts unless things get too chaotic here, and it looks like Cece Sturry's going to take one.
Yeah, make it 3.
30-second timeout action.
Well, our turning point of the game, I still go back to that 12-2 run in the third quarter that helped the Arrows extend the lead at the time to 9. It's dwindled down to 5, but our turning point of the game brought to you by Bo Lacey Construction. Experience you can trust, done right on time. A lot coming up here on our Janney postgame show. All the seniors will be here.
One thing to note, West Holmes found themselves down 3 after 1 quarter of play. They won the second quarter by 5. They got smoked in the third quarter by 11. However, they're up 10-6 in this fourth quarter and closing in on the Arrows' lead.
Back underway. Lacey brings it out of the backcourt. Cox still working hard down low. Lacey has it poked away from behind, got it back. Skip pass goes to Van Tilburg. She's now in trouble inside. Cox secured the ball, and Renee Holt uses another timeout. 1:49 on the clock.
Ultra important here as we get into the waning moments of this fourth quarter. The Arrows have got to come to the passes. Every time the Arrows throw a pass, a skip pass, or just a simple bounce pass to the person right beside them, West Holmes is very aggressive in the passing lanes. They're looking for steals, they're looking for runouts, they're looking for quick baskets as they're down 5 with 1:49 left to go here in the fourth quarter. The Arrows have got to come to the basketball and prevent West Holmes from jumping into the passing lane and running out in transition.
Yeah, this one is far from comfortable, even with a 5-point lead here for the Arrows. Team fouls, 4 for Ashland, 3 for West Holmes. The Knights arrive for the restart. Sturry to trigger the play. Lacey got free, and she missed it. Rebounded Tobias, though. Oh, West Holmes have to be kicking themselves after not being able to close out that defensive rebound. Fair has fouled out. Tobias with maybe the rebound of the day right there.
Absolutely. Absolutely, and a rare miss from Kennedy Lacey on a wide open bunny under the basket, but easy to do. A really nice play there out of the timeout by Coach Holt on the inbound. Fortunately, Grace Tobias right there to scoop up the offensive rebound and head to Connery Manufacturing free throw line.
She has 5 points now. Lacey stuck at 28. Had the chance to put up a 30 spot.
Still a chance.
Yep. Tobias hits both. She has 6. 56-49. West Holmes needs some quick buckets here. Jumper on the way, Patterson from straight on, not there. And Lacey down with the rebound. She's had a phenomenal afternoon, and she dishes to Tobias. Foul is called. They have called Proper on that foul. Her third, team foul number 5, and now Lacey at the line. 28 points.
12 rebounds.
Okay.
Confirmed double-double for the junior.
Matches her season high now with 29. And she'll have one more. Got them both. Back to a 9-point lead. 30 for Lacey.
Incredible. Season high for her. It might be a career high as well for Kennedy Lacey, up into 30 points. I'm not sure she's done that in her Arrow career, though she has scored a lot of points.
Klein has the ball. We have 1:08 to go.
Great perimeter defense.
Klein launches and nails it. Top of the key, and a timeout taken by Lindsey Belden. Briar Klein, 14 points. 58-52. This West Holmes team, they are just not waving the white flag. No question about that.
They won't go away, and they've got a very experienced head coach now. She's been here at West Holmes for a couple of years, and I'm going to give her some credit. She inherited a program that it's a rich tradition program, but they weren't very successful in terms of right now when she took over this program. And it's been a tough couple of years for her as a young head coach, kind of like Coach Holt had it here at Ashland, but you can see starting to turn a new leaf at West Holmes. Now, her 2 leading scorers in this contest, Zelina Proper and Briar Klein, both seniors, but you're seeing that you saw a really good effort from their JV team. They're 8-4 in the conference, definitely starting to turn things around and bring back West Holmes as one of the most prominent teams in the OCC, and I think Coach Belden deserves a lot of credit for that.
It is a 6-point game. They will look for an immediate steal.
Also,
if they don't get it, expect a quick foul.
Her husband, Ben Belden, is the head coach of the boys team, so a husband-wife duo in charge of the basketball at West Holmes High School. That's pretty cool.
Sturry to Lacey. They did not foul right away. Now they do. Rory Wilcox with the foul. Lacey back to the line. 30 points on the afternoon. We have 59 seconds left.
And she's done a great job from the free throw line tonight. But if I'm West Holmes, that's a person I want to foul if you're looking at the stats and her percentage from the free throw line. However, Kennedy Lacey with the clutch gene, hopefully she can get it done at the Connery Manufacturing free throw stripe.
31. There's trying to hit the 60 mark right here. 1 out of 2 for Lacey. Line ahead to McMillan. They have to hurry. They throw it into the backcourt, and that'll be a violation. Over and back, turnover. Arrows get it back. That should just about do it there. We'll see if West Holmes continues to foul here. 48 ticks left. They get it into Cox, to Lacey. Fouled again. It has been a march to the free throw line all day for Kennedy Lacey.
All season, you could say.
Yeah, you're right. 4 fouls on Proper. So Lacey at 31 points. Came into this afternoon's ball game with 1090 on the year, on the career. Shot almost an air ball there.
She's at 21 free throw attempts today.
Backs down the second. 32 for Lacey. A 60-52 lead. 8-point lead. Arrows in a zone. And a timeout taken by Lindsey Belden. Our upcoming players of the game on Aiden's post-game interviews will be delivered by Truax Printing, your full-service commercial printing source in Ashland and Loudonville. TruaxPrinting.com. All 4 seniors scheduled to appear.
We're gonna have Kennedy as well. I think it's hard to avoid having her up here with the performance she's had today. 32 points, 12 rebounds for Kennedy Lacey, continuing to ascend and reach or inch ever so closely to Kylie Radaball's 1,150 points. She's now up to 1,122, so only a matter of moments before she breaks that record, and it's just incredible what Kennedy's been able to do. I mean, only a junior, a whole nother year, and I know Coach Holtz not yet thinking about next year, but she's losing a few prominent seniors on this roster, but it's nice to know that number 12 is coming back.
I think if we give you just a few more minutes, you'll make the decision just to have the whole team on the postgame show.
They all deserve it.
Briar Klein, no. Story down with the rebound. We're at 23 seconds left and a foul in the backcourt. 7-point lead for Ashland. Patterson picks up her second. Our friend Chris Bowery confirms that that is a career high for Kennedy Lacey. Story 7 points on the afternoon. Her season average.
She's the 4th arrow to head to the Connery Manufacturing free throw line tonight, joining Cameron Cox, Grace Tobias, Kennedy Lacey, and now herself.
61-52.
That was actually her second trip to the line. 3 for 4 in the game from the free throw line.
Proper will launch a 3 and rattle that one home. 26 for the senior on her last trip to Ashland. And Lindsey Belden uses another timeout. 61-55. Just think this is going to be a game where you really will be able to say the Arrows have outlasted their opponent.
Yeah, and their defensive effort has worn down West Holmes. And I know it's still only a 6-point game, but impressive what the Arrows have been able to do out of halftime. West Holmes only 2 turnovers there in the first half. They have 10 now, 8 here in the second half. So very impressive what they've been able to do. And again, credit to West Holmes. They've played a heck of a game. They've given a very good effort trying to hand Ashland their first OCC loss, but 9 seconds separates Ashland from 13-0 in the conference.
Well, that is really some kind of an accomplishment. This game began with a Madison Hoffman layup off the opening tip. Sturry to throw it in with 9 seconds left. And a timeout taken by the Arrows, as Sturry could not get the ball in, and this will be a full timeout. Each team has 1 timeout left. I hope they use them.
I bet they will. Can't sense the sarcasm in David's voice. I sure can. Well, busy week of basketball next week. I know For the Arrow boys, they've got a big week in terms of the conference. They have Clear Fork on Tuesday night, and then they've got West Holmes on Friday, and then they have a non-conference game, I believe Shelby, on Saturday, and then the following Friday night they've got Lexington for their final OCC games.
Yeah, those are going to be some big games for Jason Hess and his crew.
Well, that Lexington's going to be a tough one. It's always tough to play on the road at Lexington. Got to deal with a lot of adversity.
Ashland and Dover neck and neck at the top of the OCC in the boys' side. Story throws it in to Lacey. Back to Story. They will not. I spoke too soon. Patterson fouls. Her third. Story will march to the line with 4 seconds left.
An impressive game from the Arrows. Really handled the adversity well. You're going to see a lot of adversity as you get into the postseason, and multiple people stepped up in big ways. Grace Tobias sticks out specifically for me. She didn't show up big time in the scoring department. She had 6 points in this game, but she does a lot of things that don't show up on a box score, including her defensive effort, her ability to box out and clear the lane for someone else to get a rebound. Those types of things sometimes go unnoticed.
Proper throws up a final three. It does not go down, and Ashland prevails on senior day. 63-55 over the West Holmes Knights. They sweep the 2-game season series. Ashland improves to 17-1, 13-0 in OCC play. West Holmes drops to 9-9. They are 8-5 in the league. Hard-fought game this afternoon. It all started with the layup by Madison Hoffman, who started this game on senior day. West Holmes was given an immediate equalizer layup, and then Hoffman left the game, of course, out for the season with that knee injury. But a great way to start senior day and a great way to finish it as the Arrows win their 17th of the year. Please stay tuned. Our Janney post-game show is coming up right around the corner. Lots of post-game analysis and reaction from the players and coaches. All that is just ahead here on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Ashland isn't just where we work, it's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Welcome to the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving. Your presentation will begin shortly. Welcome to the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving. Your presentation will begin shortly. Welcome to the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving.
Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back to our post-game show here on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network. It is brought to you by Janney in Mansfield. Financial advice from experienced people you can trust. Check out Rich Story at Janny.com for all your financial needs. See the official conference championship photo being taken, celebrating the back-to-back OCC champions. The Arrows clinched the title on Wednesday night at Madison. They're going to get the official photo here at home, and they will cut down the nets in just a few brief moments. But we do welcome you to our Janny post-game show. Time for our stat recap. It's brought to you by the law offices of Andrew Bush, located right here in Ashland, Ohio. For Renee Holt and the Ashland Arrows, 8 players played, 7 scored, 2 in double figures. It all started and ended with Kennedy Lacey, 32 points and 12 rebounds. What an effort today by Lacey. Also a number of steals and assists and deflections. Lacey was just a force in the game. It was her career high, 32 points and 12 boards. Elsewhere on the stat sheet, CC Sturry, 10 points, 1 board. She had a big three-pointer in the first half. 10 points for Sturry as the other double-figure scorer for the Arrows. Cameron Cox, 5 points, 9 rebounds. She also had 4 blocks. I had her for 3 assists. So it was just an incredible ball game for Cameron Cox, playing with an injured knee. Kaya Hendershot, no points, 1 rebound in the game. She started as one of the 4 seniors. Megan Ediger, 2 points, 3 boards. Senior Grace Tobias, 6 points, couple of rebounds. Josie Van Tilburg, 6 points and a board. Madison Hoffman, 2 points as the leadoff hitter of the ball game with that layup off the opening tip in her final senior day, her one and only senior day here at Ashland High School. That's a look at the individual scoring totals. Time for our Truax Printing Player of the Game. It looks like Kennedy Lacey is here with Aiden.
The Player of the Game delivered to you by Truax Printing, your full-service commercial printing source in Ashland and Loudonville. Visit truaxprinting.com. Kennedy, you're back up here, the winner of the Applebee's gift card. A phenomenal game for you today. 32 points, so 12 rebounds. You visited the free throw line a lot. You converted on most of those opportunities.
Yeah.
West Holmes gave you a really tough game, and you guys were losing at halftime. What was the message from Coach Holt in the locker room?
Yeah, absolutely. So our energy was number one. We kind of came out a little bit sluggish in the first quarter, and then the second quarter we kind of died down. Our defense wasn't there, wasn't being all great. We were getting what we wanted on offense, but ultimately our defense was lacking a ton. So she said, come out with the energy. This is our game. Let's do it for the seniors, and that's what we came out and did.
Yeah, and a very emotional, you talk about the seniors, a very emotional start to the game. How cool is it to see Maddie Hoffman get one more bucket?
Absolutely. It was very emotional. Not big of a crier, but I definitely did try not to cry there. I miss her so much, being on the court, playing with her. You know, I played with her for 3 years or 2.5 years. So seeing her back on the court, just so many memories went through my head, and I knew that I had to go out there and play for her today.
Yeah, that is awesome, and there's a lot of emotions obviously for them as well, because when they got here, their freshman year, they went 4-19, and then your class comes in. You guys go 9-14. You start to see the program turning around a little bit, and then a magical year last year, going 20-6, winning the OCC, winning the district, and then this year even more magical, 17-1 on the season, 13-0 in the conference, winning the conference again. All by yourselves, defeating New Philadelphia twice, who was the only team that beat you a season ago. So how good does it feel to do that back-to-back?
Yeah, it feels very good. I know my freshman year going 9-14, losing twice to West Holmes, Mansfield, Lexington, like those teams. They had a really good class, but I knew that we were young, but we were going to come up and be even better than that. So that's what we did here today, and going back-to-back OCC champions just feels awesome.
It's pretty awesome, and we're going to let you get out of here soon so you can get down there and cut the net and celebrate with your team. But I just want you to talk about this senior group. Grace Tobias, Kaya Hendershot, Cameron Cox, and Madison Hoffman. What has their leadership meant to you?
Everything. I mean, coming in as a freshman, they were only sophomores, but I always felt their leadership. Like Cam always being the loudest one, Maddie always talking me through things. Like Grace also, she's always so loud. Like they always were helping me just as a freshman, even though they were underclassmen too. They always felt like seniors all 3 years. Like they just came out and always acted so mature, and it meant everything. And tonight, you know, so many emotions. We're gonna miss them so much, but You know.
Still got some time left, right?
Yep.
Still got some postseason work. Still got 4 more games here in the regular season. The Arrows 17-1, 13-0 now in the conference. Good luck the rest of the way. And it's pretty cool to mention the leading scorer of the Arrows girls basketball program was in attendance today, Kylie Radaball.
Yeah,
so she got to see you.
The game,
she got to see you do your thing. 32 points, 12 rebounds. Applebee's gift card. Kennedy, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Back to you, David.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thanks to Kennedy Lacey. What a game today. 32 points, 12 boards. What a all-around game for Lacey. She'll be in that top spot very soon. No question about that. She is quickly heading toward that 1150 mark and beyond. But what a win today is the Arrows. They had a 3-point lead after 1 and trailed at halftime, 31-29. Hard to believe. After that second quarter, West Holmes won at 16-11. Then Ashland took charge in the third quarter, 19-8. It was 48-39 going to the fourth quarter. And then West Holmes won the fourth, 16-15, but Ashland wins it comfortably by 8 points, 63-55. They are cutting down the nets here at Arrow Arena. We have more guests to come on our Janney postgame show. You heard from Kennedy Lacey. I thought that was an interesting comment that Lacey made, even when this group of seniors was playing in the sophomore class. They seemed like seniors to her. Just great leadership over all their years in the program. Great job by this group of 4. And they come up with a big win today, 63-55. Checking the West Holmes scoring side, Lindsey Belden played 7, 6 scored, 2 in double figures. Briar Klein had 14 points. Zelina Proper, what a game. 26 points. I had her for just 1 board, but she was excellent handling the ball today. Proper with 26, so she and Klein combined for 40 points. Mari Patterson, 8. Kara McMillan had 2 points, 2 boards, and Maddie Fair grabbed 4 rebounds, had 3 points. Lily Brown played sparingly, had no points, and 1 rebound in the ball game. West Holmes had only 9 turnovers in the game. So they took care of the basketball for the most part. The Arrows ended up finishing with 12 turnovers. That is the West Holmes scoring summary in the 63-55 victory for the Arrows. Another senior has joined us, Kaya Hendershot. She's with Aiden right now.
Kaya, well, congratulations on all that has happened for your guys' team this year. Obviously, back-to-back conference championships for the team. You weren't with the team a year ago, but you guys came back to Ashland. Your family moved back to Ashland. 9-14 your sophomore year, and now 17-1, 13-0 in the conference. How cool is it to be a part of one of 6 conference championships in school history?
Yeah, it's a really cool experience. I'm just glad I was able to be a part of it for my senior season. I'm just glad we were able to stick it out as a team and push through and get this OCC champ.
How fun is it to go out onto the floor every single game day with this group of girls?
It's really fun. We just have a really good group of girls, and the energy is always high. It's just really fun, yeah.
Kaya, we heard about your plans for the future during the Senior Day celebration, but for the people that necessarily weren't tuned in, can you tell our watchers what you'll be doing after high school?
Yeah, I'm going to go to The Ohio State University and study special education.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, still a lot of work to do this season, but as we celebrate you seniors this afternoon and you reflect on your time here with the team this season, what does it mean for you to be an Arrow? Obviously, your sister, Cameron, she played basketball. You remember watching her. We're going to let you get down there with this team, but what does it mean to be an Arrow?
It means a lot. I mean, as you can hear in the background, we have a great group of girls. I'm just glad to be a part of it for my senior season.
Well, that is senior Kaya Hendershot, a key role player for this Arrow team. Congratulations on the win today.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Kaya and Aiden. Arrows finished cutting down the nets out there. Hendershot started the game today on Senior Day, as is custom, and she was out there with her other 3 fellow seniors. We'll have continuing coverage here on our Janney post-game show as the Arrows pocket their 17th win of the year. 17-1 now on the year. I think Grace Tobias is next in the queue. Aiden will get her all set up. Grace Tobias, the senior, came in averaging 4 a game, finished with 6 points, 2 boards, hit some late free throws for the Arrows in this big win. Lots of thoughts, I'm sure, on her mind after the senior day win. Take it away, Aiden.
Thanks, David. Grace, obviously, when I had you up here for the player of the game a couple weeks ago, I talked about your effort. A lot of stuff doesn't show up on the stat sheet for you, but today 6 points, 3 rebounds. West Holmes played a really close game.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about, as we reflect on your career here at Ashland High School. It's senior day. Your freshman season team was 4-19. Sophomore season team was 9-14. We saw things start to turn around a little bit. Last year, 20-6 OCC champs, district champs. This year, even better, 17-1, 13-0 in the conference, back-to-back OCC champs, and who knows what the rest has in store. But 6 conference championships in school history here for the Ashland girls basketball team in 56 years. How cool is it to have been a part of 2 of them?
It's a great feeling. It's a cool feeling. Stepping in my freshman year, I feel like we have all grown so much offensively, defensively, as a team together. Just our culture, the culture shift. Us seniors, we've taken pride in that, I feel like, this year, as well as the coaches. So it's just an overall great accomplishment my past 4 years.
Everyone always talks about that culture shift, and it's definitely a true thing. Like, the culture has definitely shifted. Can you put words to that? Like, what has happened? What do you think is the reason for a shift in culture?
I feel like just us older girls showing the younger girls that, hey, we get to be here every day. We get to run those 9 lines. We have to run those. We got to show up every day just with a smile on our faces, you know, be those extra role models.
Well, Grace, obviously this group is going down in Arrow history, no doubt about that. You guys are having a miraculous season, still so much work left to do. You mentioned your team. How fun is it to go to war every single night with these girls?
It's the best. They're my sisters. They're my second family. I love it here.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we heard about your plans for the future during the pregame ceremony. It sounds like you're a little undecided, right? But for the people that weren't tuned in, what are you thinking for after high school?
Not sure. Still kind of looking at a couple colleges and a couple different majors to major in. So it's kind of all up in the air right now.
And you still got time.
Yeah.
You got plenty of time.
We got a little bit of
one
time.
thing you'll learn when you get to college is a lot of people change their mind and switch their majors. So you have plenty of time to figure out what you want to do. Obviously, still a lot of work to do this season, but as we celebrate you seniors today, you have a chance to reflect on your time here at Ashland, and for you, what does it mean to be an Arrow?
I don't know. Whenever I think of to be an Arrow, I just think of our community. We got a really strong community in the gym and outside of the gym, so it's just kind of be there for that person, kind of.
That's awesome. Grace Tobias, back-to-back OCC championships for Grace and the team. A big role player here at Ashland. Congrats to Grace.
All right, Aiden, thank you very much. Grace Tobias sharing some thoughts here after a tough ball game. I'm interested to hear how some of these girls kind of how they kind of thought about this win today over West Holmes. This was not one that came very easily. We're going to talk, I think, to Cam Cox next, who's headed up here. 5 points, 9 rebounds, 4 blocks, 3 assists, and doing so on a sort of a sore knee, which is going to plague her the rest of the year, but I think she's planning to tough it out. And she has had some phenomenal games for the Arrows in this 17-win season so far, including a triple-double at Lexington. Not long ago, 10 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 steals. But she's getting all set up with Aiden. Cam Cox joins the pregame parade.
Wow.
Postgame parade.
Postgame parade. Thanks, David. Well, back-to-back OCC championships. Obviously has to feel good to cut down the nets. Anytime you get to do that, it's always super awesome. But with every single senior that's come up here, I've started with a reflective question. 4-19 your freshman season. 9-14 your sophomore season. 20-6 last year, OCC champs, district champs. 17-1 this year, 13-0 in the conference, OCC champs again. You've been a part of 2 conference championships of 6 total conference championships in school history. How cool is that for you?
That's pretty good. It's cool to see that all the hard work we put in can make a change. now we're seeking the benefits of how hard it was the first couple of years.
It was definitely a challenge, and no one likes to lose, but you learn a lot in losses, and as your team did, and you've seen how that has allowed you guys to turn things around. I know you're wearing a brace. I know you're battling a little bit of a knee injury here, but today, 5 points, 9 rebounds, 4 blocks, just giving it your all on senior day. How fun is it to go out on the floor and play with these girls every single night?
It's incredible. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Nice and simple. That's all it has to be. Cameron, we heard about your plans for the future during the pregame ceremony, but for those who are not tuned in or not watching, can you share with our watchers and listeners what your plans are for after high school?
I am going to go to cosmetology school, and I want to open my own salon one day.
Joining a friend
Yes.
that did the same thing? Lainey McNamara, former Arrow, is in attendance today watching the game. There's still a lot of work to do, right? A lot of work to do as the postseason approaches very quickly, but as we celebrate the seniors today, what does it mean for Cameron Cox to wear the orange and black?
It's an honor. Not everybody gets to experience that, and growing up here in this culture, in this community, has been one of a kind, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So.
Well, Cameron, you deserve a lot of credit for both your play, but also your leadership and your ability to turn the culture around here. So props to you, kudos to you. You're going to do big things in life, and congrats on the season you guys are having, back-to-back OCC championships. Still a lot of work to do, so keep it going.
Yes, thank you so much.
Senior Cameron Cox.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Thanks to Cameron Cox for joining us here. You're getting some thoughts from all of the seniors as the Arrows wrap up a hard day's work. 63-55, the final score over West Holmes. And so Aiden is back with us here. A little respite between guests. We'll see who's coming up next. But Aiden, just some thoughts on this win. I think Maddie might be joining us here for a few thoughts in just a second. But some thoughts on this game today. They fought hard to turn away the Knights.
Yeah, and West Holmes, I feel like, really out-efforted Ashland in that first half, but the Arrows 36 rebounds compared to West Holmes 28 and forced 8 second-half West Holmes turnovers, in part to their ability to come back from a 2-point deficit at halftime.
All right, she's becoming a regular on our telecasts, maybe a future halftime host. Sideline reporter, Maddie Hoffman, back with us.
Thanks, David. Madison, obviously a very emotional day, right? Everything that has transpired for you this season, I know that it's been very hard for you, but how cool to go out and score one more basket as an Arrow.
You know what? Honestly, I'm just grateful that I was able to do it one last time and put that uniform on. It was definitely challenging to do just with the circumstances that I got put in, but it was just an honor to go back out there and do it one last time with my girls.
Freshman year, 4-19. Sophomore year, 9-14. Junior year, 20-6. OCC champs, district champs. Senior season, 17-1, 13-0, OCC champs. I know you're injured, you're out for the year, but you continue every single day to make an impact on your teammates. You made a huge impact when you were playing. You've now been a part of 2 of 6 conference championships in school history. What does that mean to you?
You know, that's super cool, and it's an honor to say and hear. Just like to be able to have that 2 conference championships, like that's crazy to think of back-to-back even, especially since my freshman and sophomore year, we never thought we'd be in this moment, and it's just a dream that has become a reality for all of us.
That's awesome. I mean, 6 conference championships in 56 years of Arrow basketball, and you've been a part of 2 of them. So props to you, kudos to you for what you've done here as an Arrow. We heard about your plans for the future. Obviously, we've talked about it a lot on the broadcast, but can you just tell people that may not know, what are your plans after high school?
So I'm going to Mount Union, and I'm going to go and play basketball and softball. I'm very excited. They have been my biggest supporters. Obviously, my injury wasn't what they planned for, but they have been amazing to me and just helped me through everything. But I'm going to go there, play basketball and softball, and get my bachelor's in science degree. And then soon after that, I'm hoping to become a registered nurse anesthesiologist.
Bang. Awesome. Biology is not an easy education as I'm going through it right now, but you're a very driven, very motivated person. That's actually my school's rival. We just took them down in a doubleheader last Saturday. ONU did, but we'll forget about that. We can talk about that maybe at a different time. How fun is it to go out every single night and battle with these girls?
You know, it's been an honor to do it, especially with the girls that I've done it with. They have been there for me on and off the floor. I mean, every day they're just the best people to be around. They're fun. They make everything a memory, and all these memories that I've made will
100% last forever.
And last question for you. What are you going to miss most about being an Arrow? I know that's a hard question. What are you going to miss most?
I think I'm just going to miss the atmosphere that the gym brings, the community gives. I mean, couldn't ask for a better community. I've said this many, many times, and it'll never be thanked enough, that's for sure. But I'll miss what the community's given us and just my girls for sure.
Well, you're definitely going to be welcomed with warm arms in Alliance, Ohio. Definitely a rich sports community at Mount Union as well. But Ashland will never forget number 2, Maddie Hoffman. Congrats on an illustrious career and capping it off with 2 more points today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, Aiden, Maddie, thank you very much. She hit the clutch shot of the day today. You would not have wanted to blow that layup, but she knocked it right down. Did not want to get another rebound in her career. Just wanted to knock that shot down and get off the court.
Yeah, pad the stats a little bit, right? Maybe a rebound and a made basket, but just, I mean, what a cool moment for her, right? And obviously she's very emotional. She was not happy with the cards she's been dealt, but just a phenomenal job by Maddie Hoffman. A lot of maturity you've seen from her and her ability to go out there and score 2 more. We're definitely going to talk about that with Coach Hull here in a second.
Yeah, it was great that the coaches got together and put that whole scenario together to get her out onto the court. Great touch and a great way to start senior day, and Renee's ready to talk about it right now.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that first. Coach Holt, obviously congrats on the win. It was a tough win for you guys today. West Holmes really challenged you, winning 2 of the 4 quarters. You guys were down 2 at halftime, and then 2 6-0 runs in part to a 12-2 run in that third quarter really propelled you guys to victory. What was the message at halftime?
I knew they were going to come out and, be a physical basketball team. There's this big crowd, that kind of gets us hyped up, but we're dealing with some injuries, some sickness, but that's really no excuse. I told them at halftime, they don't care. West Holmes does not care if you're injured, you're sick, you're not feeling well, whatever. You got to come out and first, we got to focus on our defense because I always tell them our defense will lead into our offense. So they finally picked it up on the defensive end. We switched a couple defenses here and there, and they were able to finish out.
How many nets have you cut down?
As a coach?
As a coach, as a player. Do you even know?
I lost count.
Too many. It's always a great feeling to cut down the nets. You now, as the head coach of the Ashland girls basketball team, have been a part of 2 of 6 conference championships in school history. That's pretty remarkable.
That's cool. That's cool.
We're going to talk a little bit more about this game. I know Cameron Cox, a little dinged up, hurt her knee in that game against Madison on Wednesday, but the effort she showed today, you're going to need her down the stretch. She had 5 points, 9 rebounds, 4 blocks. Speak to Cameron's effort today.
She really gutted it out. I know her knee was hurting her more than what she showed, but she's our rim protector. She's our rebounder. She finishes nicely around the rim, and she's just our voice, our senior leader out there. So she's special for our team. And, when she went down there at Madison, I was worried. I was really worried. But I'm glad she braced it up and gutted it out today.
Able to gut it out, that's for sure. And speaking of playing through injury, if you will, what an awesome moment at the beginning of the game for Madison Hoffman to score 2 more points as an Arrow. I know you've talked a lot about what Madison means to you, what Madison means to this program. But how awesome for Madison to go out and get 2 more in the orange and black.
She's just a special kid, and I think there at the beginning, the whole gym felt it. They just felt that weight on their shoulders. Just they feel for her as much as she feels for this injury, and looking at the crowd, your home crowd, getting announced that last game. I know she's taking it hard, but I told her, hey, God's in complete control here.
That's awesome, Coach. That's awesome. Now 13-0 in the conference, a chance to finish undefeated, which we knew last year was a remarkable year, and a chance to build on that still with a lot of work left to do. Now I'm going to go to my pre-prepared questions here. Coach, you want to combine 20 games in your first 4 seasons as a head coach here. The senior class won 13 games over its first 2. Now they've helped lead their squad to 20 last year, 17 this year with more work left to do. How much has the senior class meant to this program?
They're the backbone of it. And honestly, I think about last year, it's really that Lauren and Laney's class last year, they kind of jump-started everything. There's a lot of surprises last year, but I think this year is full of expectations, and that's what this senior class is all about is, they're kind of expecting us to come in and roll through the conference and have this record, but that came with the work. And they put that work in this preseason, this off-season, and I'm proud of, them doing it the hard way, but also having fun doing that.
And we're going to talk about that work here. This group's already been part of so much history in their career at Ashland High School. Now with 17 wins, you guys are only a couple of wins away from the most wins in school history in a single season for this program. You got 4 regular season games left and certainly a postseason run to go. How much does this put into light the preparation and the hard work that your junior and senior class, as well as the sophomore and freshman class, have put in to the game of basketball?
Well, you know, we keep going back to the hard work, but I want them to celebrate each victory. Yeah, the record's out there, 17-1, but I keep telling them one game at a time. One game at a time. Enjoy the season we're having. Enjoy each win because, man, it goes by fast. Those 4 years go by fast. And those seniors, I think they felt it out here tonight, but they're a special group, and it's going to be hard to let this group go.
Yeah, well, you still got more time, a lot of work left to do, so we don't have to think about the end yet, but obviously today kind of forces you to do that with the senior day preparations. Coach, congratulations. Still some work left. We got to take this thing into the postseason and make quite a run, but let's first get that last OCC victory over Dover next week. Coach, congratulations. Obviously, a lot of wins. I know this means a lot for you. Congrats on cutting down the nets again.
Thank you so much.
That's Coach Holt, excuse me. Renee Stimpert Holt. It's easy for me to do, but thanks for joining us, Coach.
All right, guys, great job. Thanks to Coach Holt for joining us, as she always does here on the post-game show. Ashland wins it 63-55. All right. Anything else? Do you want to? Anybody else you want to talk to?
No, I think that was a really cool opportunity to get all the seniors up here, and I know they've poured blood, sweat, and today we saw the tears, and I think it says a lot about that group of girls. And you heard Grace Tobias. You always hear that, the culture, right? How we always talk about the culture shifting, and it's very, very evident with how the records have turned around here for the Arrows girls basketball team. But hearing specifically how the culture has shifted was a really cool perspective, and just really cool to get all 4 of them up here to talk about their future, to talk about what this program means to them, and obviously encourage them that there's still more work left to do. Let's keep this show going.
Yeah, Aiden, great job today. It was great to have all of the players on to get their thoughts here on Senior Day. Great working with you today. A fun game to call and a very competitive one. I think that could help the Arrows moving forward to be challenged a little bit here. Their next opportunity to take the court is Tuesday night at Ontario. That'll be a 7:15 game. That same night will be our next telecast here on YouTube, and it'll be boys action against Clear Fork. So we will talk to you on Tuesday night, partner. Great job.
Sounds good, David. Always a pleasure joining you.
Thanks to Brandon Gunder at the controls, doing a great job as always, getting our broadcasts up and running and on the air. For Brandon and Aiden, it is David Wilson now saying goodbye from Ashland High School. A fun afternoon turns into a win for the Arrows over the West Holmes Knights, 63-55. Please follow Arrows basketball all season long, and we'll talk to you again on Tuesday night for boys varsity action. It's all coming to you as a presentation of the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network presented by Sarver Paving.